Hey there, Heather. Who there? Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome to yet another In the Pocket Bowling tournament. We are doing the 1991 tournament, and we're finishing off 1991 as we have four guys going toe to toe. Of course, 2007 was early when Walter Ray Williams put up a 300, and meaning that he won the tournament. So we are now down to four men. Our first match will be between Ron Williams and Brian Goebel. Ron Williams at 217 average against Brian Goebel 214 average. Winner goes to the final, and it will be a best of five, I think, or best of three. I don't know. Anyway, Ron Williams first ball is a 5-2-1, which is just a split. 8 points. It's a split. A spare. Sorry. Goebel throws 4-4-2. That's a K on everyone's board. Goebel throws a 2-2-5, and that's a spare. Ron Williams throws a 6-5-5, pair of five, so he has to go back to the first frame, which was a spare. 8 balls in the first one. Williams on the third ball throws a 2-1-4. That's a 7. That's a spare with 7 pins of the first one. Brian Goebel throws a 4-3-1. That's 8 pins. That is a spare. On 4, he throws a 4-5-1. That's a K. That's a 10. That's a K on everyone's scoreboard. Ron Williams throws a 4-1-3. That's a spare for 8 points. Well, on the spare. On 5, he throws a 4-6-4. That's a K on the board. 14 points. Doing his job. Goebel throws a 6-2-3. That's 11. That's a strike. So he's got a pair of strikes going into the second half. Now, Goebel, how did he get this far? Well, he beat Mike Albee. He beat Forco, and he beat Westlake to get this far. Ron Williams, he beat Maxento, can't read my own writing, Sullins, and Palumbi to get this far. Goebel on 6 throws a 6-5-4. That's 15. That's a strike. I know the bottom card is sheared off, but you can use the top card for your advantage. 3 of a kind is like all that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's a 9, it's pretty much a spare. 10, 15 is a K. If you throw a pair of 5s, you have to go back 2 frames with your shot. Pair of 6 is back 1 frame. Williams throws a 3-5-4. That's a 12. That's a K on everyone's board. Williams throws a 3-2-3. That's a spare with 8 points, so 121 through 6. Goebel throws a 5-6-4. Another strike. That's a 4-pack for him. He looks pretty good. Then he throws a 1-3-6. That's 10. That's just enough for the strike. Another 4-3-5 from Williams. That's a K. On 9, he throws a 6-2-6. That's a strike. Well, that's 14 points. But pair of 6 back 1 frame. It's whatever his 8 frame is, and that's a strike. Goebel throws a 6-1-2, so he finally throws a non-strike. But he gets 9 on the first one, so it's 197. So Williams will have to go first to try to match Goebel's total. So he goes first on 10 and throws a 4-4-6. That's 14. That's a strike. On the next ball, he throws a 1-4-2. He gets a 7. He cleans up the spare, and it's a 218. Goebel pretty much needs a spare. He throws a 2-6-6. That's a spare. Like, he gets 10 points. So Goebel will win the match. Went through 10 pins, so that's 226. I doubt he throws terribly. He throws and gets 8. He doesn't care. He picks up a 234, and Brian Goebel is in the final. So Goebel will actually go second in the final because he went first twice and second in this one. So based on that, he'll go second. So it's going to be Ballard versus Street Smith. Down the way is Ballard. At least I thought that was. Where's Ballard? Oh, Del Ballard Jr., of course. And he takes on Steel Smith. Both bowlers. Ballard at 214 average, Steel Smith at 214 average himself. Ballard, how did he get this far? Well, he beat Lawrence with a 257. He beat Wayne Webb, and then he beat Moser. Steel Smith took care of Matt Miller, Parker Bone, and Monticelli. I mean, when you take down a guy like Parker Bone, you know you're a league favorite. The winner will face Gobble. It will be a best of five, I believe, right? Are we going best of five or best of three? I think we're going to go best of five. I mean, Ballard's first ball he throws is a 5.52. That's a 12, which would be good. But unfortunately for him, that's a pair of fives. So back two frames. And for some strange reason, they give him a 5.2 for seven. Well, an 8.1 spare. So that's an 8 by proxy. I don't know why they're giving him that, to be honest with you. Or a 6. I guess they're giving him a 6. A 4-1-1. I don't know. Nevertheless, Steel Smith throws a triple fours, which would be a strike for 12, but unfortunately, a 3 of a kind is bitter tone, and he throws an open frame, so no advantage. On 2, Steel Smith throws a 4-3-2-1 boom. That's 9, that's a spare. Ballard throws a 5-3-3, that's 11, that's a K. On 3, he throws a 2-2-4, that's an 8, that's a spare. Steel Smith throws a 1-4-5 K on the board, that's 10, just enough. On 4, he throws a 3-1-1. That's a strike. A 3-1-1 for Ballard is a spare, but a 3-1-1 for Steelsmith is a K. Ballard throws a 2-3-2. That's a 7. That's a spare with 7 points. On 5, he throws a 5-4-1. That's a K on everyone's board. That's a 10. Steelsmith throws a 3-1-3. He'll unfortunately spare. Trying to go for the turkey. On 6, he throws a 6-5-5. That's a K, which is good. Well, 16 higher than 15, but double fives means back two frames. And on the 6th frame, he pulls what the 4th frame is, and that's a K. On 6, Ballard throws a 1-6, which is 13, which is a strike anyway, but a pair of 6 back one frame, which would have been his 5th frame. He's still struck anyhow. On 7, Ballard throws a 5-4. That's a K. That's a 13. That's a turkey. Gobble, gobble. Steelsmith throws a 2-2-5 for 9 points. That's a spare. On 8, he throws a 3-6-4. That's a K. He's now 136 through 7. Ballard throws a 5-5-4, which is good because back two frames while he's on a roll. So it looks like he might be okay. On 9, he throws a 6-2-5. That's 13. That's a strike. Steelsmith will probably have to go first. 2-1-6. That's a spare. 156. Yeah, I don't know if Steelsmith can catch Ballard. Throws a 3-6-5. That's a strike. 176 through 9. Next ball is a 4-5. That's a strike. And he'll finish up with a 6-6-2. That's a strike. So he finishes up with a turkey on 10-6. But I think Ballard can just knock a few down. Indeed, he throws a strike, and that will be the game. And Dell Ballard will be going on to the final against Gobbo. We didn't get a proper final for 2007 because Walter Ray Williams just had to throw a perfect game. Ballard throws a 5-3-1. He doesn't really care. He'll throw a 235. So Ballard throws a 235 ahead of Gobbo by 1 point. So anyway, yeah, Ballard beats Steelsmith, and now we'll face Gobbo, and it will be a best of 5, I think, right? So it will be multiple matches. Number of matches, it will be 3. Is this like to set up three matches and total pins continue? All right, so Ballard and Steel. Plus this Gobbo. So we'll throw total pins. Hopefully this works. So total pins matter. Dollar will throw first. He throws a 2-4. That's a K on everyone's board. Gobbo throws a 4-1-2. That's a spare. Not good. On 2. He throws a 6-5-4, 3-2-1. Boom. That's a K. That's 15. That's enough for a strike. Ballard throws a 4-3-6. That's a strike. On 3. He throws a 4-4-1. Unfortunately, that's not enough for a strike, potentially. This 10 points is there. A pair of 5s is 10 points. So he gets a spare. Gobbo throws a 1-6-3. That's 10. That's just enough to reach the strike threshold. On 4, he throws a 3-3-4. That's a 10. That's enough for a strike. Ballard throws a 3-1-1. Unfortunately for him, that's a spare. Although a 5 points any other way would have been a frame on 5. He throws a 3-3-2, which is a spare. 8 points there. Gobbo throws a 4-6-4. That's a strike. That's his 4th of the match. But remember, it's by total pins, and he's up by 36. On 6, he throws another strike, so he's looking pretty impressive. Ballard throws a 5-4, double 4-3. That's 11. That's a strike on everyone's list. On 7, he throws a 1-3-5. He spares. Gullible throws 4-6-2-3. That's 11. That's another strike. So he's got 6 in a row. Gullible throws a 2-1-1 out of the pocket chart. Does he get another shot? 4-6-3. Yeah, he gets another shot. So he gets 13. He gets a strike out of it. Ballard throws a 4-5-6. Get your kicks. That's a strike. On 9, he throws a 3-5-6. That's another strike. Gullible throws a 6-5-1. That's another strike. That's 7 strikes. 8 strikes, excuse me, in a row. Is it Ballard or Gullible? Well, Gullible had 234, so Gullible has to go first in the first match. He throws a 4-6-2. That's a strike. And then he throws a 5-4-3. That's another strike. Amazing. If he gets a strike here, he does. He scores a 290 in the first game, and Brian Gullible, on his first ball through a spare, he almost got a perfect game right off the bat. Well, Ballard will have a lot to work on. Remember, these are for pins, but he spares, and then he will throw that for 7. He's at 208. He's in deep trouble. Gullible has an 82 pin lead. Next game. And Gullible will go first. That's the rule. Because Ballard went first and Gullible goes next, and he strikes again. Ballard throws a 3-2-5. He gets a 10. That's a strike. On 2. He throws a 6-1-3. That's a 10. That's a strike. Gullible throws a 3-2-2 finally after how many balls? He threw 11 straight strikes and then 12 on the second game. He finally spares. On 3, he throws a 5-1-2. He spares again. Ballard throws a 4-3-2. Unfortunately, that's 9 points. That's not enough for a strike. No matter how you slice it. On 4, he throws a double 4-2. That's a 10. He's looking good. Gullible throws a 1-6-4 for 11. That's a strike. Ballard up by 11 at this point. Gullible throws triple 2s, which is a 6. It actually works out the same because 3 of a kind was an 8, then a spare. Ballard throws a 5-4-4. That's a Kate on everyone's board. On 6, he throws a 5-4-2. That's another strike. Gullible throws a 5-4-3-2-1. Boom. That's a strike. On 7, he throws 4 double 2s. That's 8. That's enough for a strike. Ballard throws a 6-2-4. His 4th consecutive strike. On 8, he throws a 4-5-1. Just nipping 10 for a strike. Gullible throws a 1-3-6. That's a strike. On 9, he throws a 6-5-1. That's 12. That's a strike. Ballard throws a 2-5-6. That's a strike. He's looking pretty good. Yeah, that's right. Gullible has Ballard goes first. Well, Gullible had the lowest score going to the final. So yeah, Ballard goes first in the 10th frame. He throws a 5-2-6. That's a strike. And he throws a 6-2-3. Another strike. So that's what is it? 8 straight strikes. He throws us another strike, a 279. Amazing. He comes back with a 279. Only one non-strike frame. That was the third. Gullible throws a 4-4-3. That's another strike. That's 11. He throws a 3-1-6. That's a strike. And he throws a 9. So the score is 517-487. So Gullible leads by 30 points now. Ballard has cut the deficit now. So Ballard will go first. I believe, right? Yeah, Ballard will go first in game number 3 because he's trailing. And also on 10, it's whoever trails within the game. Well, and whoever's trailing after 9 frames totally will go Ballard. First ball is a 6-1-6. That's a spare. Unfortunately, they only give him a spare. Gullible throws a 3-6-3. That's a K. On 2, he throws a 6-5-5. That's a spare. Unfortunately, pair of 5s was not good. Backs up a frame. 2 frames. Ballard throws a 1-6-3. That's a 10. That's a K. On 3, he throws a 4-2-1. That's a spare. Gullible throws a 4-3-2. That's a spare. On 4, he throws triple 5s, which would be 15 for a strike. A pair of 5s back 2 frames would be a spare. Yeah, it's back of a spare anyway. Ballard throws a 6-1-4. That's a K on everyone's board. That's a 11. On 5, he throws a 1-4-5. That's a strike. Gullible throws a 2-6-6. That's a spare. Ballard might win this thing. Who knows? Gullible on 6. Throws a 3-1-6. That's a strike. There you go. Ballard throws a 6-3-4. 13 points. Enough for a strike. And the turkey. Gobble, gobble. On 7, he throws a 4-6-3. That's another strike. Goebel throws a 5-1-3. That's a spare. On 8, he throws a 4-2-3. That's a spare. Ballard throws a 5-1-4. That's another strike. He might come back from this. On 9, he throws a 4-2-1. He misses completely. Goebel throws a 2-5-5. That's a spare. So Ballard is actually up by 40 points. Goebel, well, within the game. So Goebel will have to throw next. He throws a 5-3-1. That's a spare. So I think Ballard's pretty much got this. Goebel throws a 10. That's a strike. So 192. Good job, but that's not Goebel. Like, too many spares. Only 3 strikes. Ballard throws a 2-1-3. That's a spare. He needs 8 pins to win, to tie. 9 pins to win, 8 to tie. He has a spare. Throws the ball. It will be a 5-4-2. He makes a strike and he gets the pins he needs. And Dal Ballard, after crushing it, well, after being crushed in the first game, puts a 234 on the board. So many strikes around. Goebel did not get the strikes he needs, and Ballard wins by a score of 721 to 709. So Dal Ballard is your 1991 champion. So Dal Ballard does his job. He beats. Well, Ballard's win, he's ineligible from any other years. So Walter Ray and Ballard cannot compete in any more tournaments because they've already won one. Ballard, he beat Lawrence. He beat Webb. He beat Moser. He beat Steelsmith. And then he beats Goebel in a big 3-match final, 721, which is pretty impressive. He wins the match. And that's it. Dal Ballard is the champion of 1991. We'll go back to the thingy, and then we'll see what we can do with what we can do. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.